Hello everybody, how are you doing today? Welcome back to another energy reading for the week of July 19th, 2021. How are you? Hello. Welcome back. It is almost the end of July. So summertime is flying right by. I hope everybody is enjoying their summertime. I know for me personally, a lot of the times in the middle of winter, I'll think back, I'm like, I really forgot to just like soak in summer. So this is the year. I am soaking in every minute with my kids, with my husband, with just myself, really kind of just honing in on all of the good stuff that I tend to kind of skim over or forget about. And then later on, I look back and I'm like, I should have enjoyed that more, right? And we do this with a lot of parts of our lives. And now I'm making a plan to consciously enjoy my time in the summertime. I don't know about you guys, but that's kind of where I'm at right now and what I'm doing. So tuning into the energies this week, it's really interesting because I feel like when I tune into it, it's like really fast paced right now. Like there is things happening. The universe is like conspiring to do, there's a big change coming, right? And I don't want to like put it out there like a fear-based change. Like this is a long time coming, right? This is like, it almost feels like we're getting this quickening, this like you're almost at the end of the race and the finish line is like just there. And this is like the hardest part. And you got to jump over a couple more hurdles to get through to that finish line, right? That's kind of what I feel like when we tune into the energy this week. So what I really picked up, my guides have really kind of just been dropping in my path. I don't know about you guys, but a lot of the time I've been noticing a lot of third eye activations coming up. So third eye activations right here, this area, this part, and your pineal gland in the back. So right at the nape of your neck, that is where your third eye is, right? So this is the part that's activating right now in all of us, whether you know it or not. What I've been noticing lately, this week actually specifically, it's not like a pain, but it's like a throb, like there's something pulsating there, right? There's energy is flowing, everything is like ramping up to help us move through this change that's coming, whatever that is. I feel like it's just like a turn of a leaf, right? It's like when I tune into it, it's more like this has been a pivot that's been coming for a very long time that we've been building up to. And now we're kind of like on the precipice of it and we just need to keep going. Just keep plugging along and doing your thing and giving back to you. That's the biggest thing. The messages that come through is give it back to you. Bring it in, right? Bring all your energy back. Bring in, cut all the cords that have been draining you. So then you want to go, even just think about all the cords that are being connected when you are connecting to a friend or family member or somebody's telling you a story and you get really emotionally connected, right? Your etheric cords are being connected. But when you're done with that conversation, when you walk away from that person, sometimes we forget to cut the energy that's been attached, right? So then that's when you keep thinking about things after the fact, right? And you keep playing it over and over in your head. That's the energy, the etheric cord that's still playing out. It's still attached to that person, that circumstance, that story that you've been listening to, right? So whenever you catch yourself, that's the thing. You have to catch yourself, right? And it's a practice. It's a practice of observing, so it's okay. So you want to go in and just cut the cords, clear your energies, come back to this place of neutrality and enjoy the present moment. That's so big. Just enjoy it. Just being in your body. Right? So if you're here live, let me know, say hi, let me know how you're doing, let me know what you've been up to this week. And even if you're watching the replay, just let me know, say hi. I'd love to know who's here. So I'm going to tap into the deck, my activations, my sacred geometry deck. We want to tap into the energies that we need to fully embody to get the most out of the energy this week, right? So what I really, actually, before we go into that, sorry, my third eye is starting to itch now. It's interesting. It's a reminder. Whenever your forehead gets itchy, it means your third eye is kind of opening up and you're tuning into some kind of frequencies, right? So you just want to open it up and allow it, the messages to come forward, whatever you're supposed to get. And that was my reminder. Okay, so there's a quick little exercise that I want to share with you so that if you feel that you are like in this place of murkiness, if you are kind of questioning things, or you don't feel really connected and you feel kind of like off put, a really good thing is to cleanse and magnetize your aura. And it's super simple, super quick. All you have to do is really just rub your third eye. Just kind of rub it. You start there, just rub it. Take a deep breath and rub it. And then take both hands and wipe your face and flick. What you're doing is activating your third eye, and you're clearing away any energies, any murkiness that you've had attached to you. And then you want to go to the back of your head too, and just come up and flick. So do that 3 times. So rub, rub, rub. Whew. And wipe your face clean. And wipe your head clean. Do it again. Breathe deep and out. Rub your face. You're like basically dry bathing, washing your face, right? Flick. Flick it away. Flick it. You don't need it, right? So that is cleansing your aura and magnetizing your third eye. Other way around. Magnetizing your third eye, cleaning your aura. Sorry. But that's quick and easy. And you can do that as often as you need at any time of the day. To start your day, to end your day. Especially if you're an empath and you are like a sponge or a magnet for energies, that is a big area that gets blocked that you don't even realize, right? So today is all about drawing our awareness to the areas that need to be balanced. And right now, I feel that the third eye is one thing that really needs to get balanced. Okay, so I'm gonna ask for our angels and our guides to give us the information. What frequencies in our aura what do we need to activate in our body right now? What frequencies? I've just got our deck of cards here. My sacred geometry deck to tell us what frequency we need to be in order to activate these energies in our body. Boom. Interesting. Okay. So the card that came out is Coherence. Coherence, which is very interesting because if you think about coherence, it's basically you're kind of like being aware, you're awake, you are focused, you're coherent, right? So the card itself, it says the frequency of coherence supports our ability to harmonize the frequency of the heart with the frequency of the mind for optimal ability to create the reality we desire. So, okay, there we go. That's our activations that we need to embody in our energy fields in order to get through the next week in going forward, really. So being in coherence, focusing on what it feels like in your body. When you think of coherence, what comes to mind? Really tune into the word, because the word is what actually holds the vibration that holds the energies to activate in your field, right? So you can just hold your hand over your heart and hold your other hand over your mind. So heart and mind, you want to align these two parts to you so that your thinking and feeling is in alignment. That's the biggest thing, is if you are not in alignment, things are going to feel really off and difficult and frustrating, right? But when your heart and your mind are in total alignment, you're totally aware and awake and coherent, right? That is very interesting. I'm just going to pull the book up and see what it says in the book about the coherence. Okay. So it says coherence can be described as a state of harmony or union or connection, right? So when you think of coherence, everything is flowing, everything is connected, everything is in union, right? That's what you want to embody. That's what you want to start activating in your body, feeling the vibration and frequency of coherence. In the new energy, as reference to the human being, so coherence has to do with the state in which the mind and the heart harmoniously flow together. So whether we are functioning as an individual, community, or group, a new energy is asking us to find balance between our thinking and our feeling. And that's so important too, right? If that's not in balance, then you're not in balance. Everything else is chaos, right? So we can no longer rely solely on our analytical mind, nor can we just have our feelings guide the way. So it's not just one or the other, it's both together, you working in harmony, right? Only then we can navigate these new energies to become multidimensional human beings that are in control, complete control of a reality, right? Because when you're overthinking things, you're not in control of your reality, right? If you are completely numb to your feelings and you don't feel a thing, you're not in control of your reality. You're letting your reality control you. And that's key, right? You just got to be aware of these things, bring it to your awareness, think about these things. Don't be afraid of them, but just look at it with curiosity and just be like, that's interesting, right? That's it. It says, to be powerful manifestors, it is imperative not only to set clear intentions, but set clear intentions with our mind, but to have our emotional state of being within the heart center in alignment as well, right? So that's the biggest thing too, is if you think about the manifestation and you want to create more abundance and you want to do all those things, if you're not in alignment, you're going to be bringing in some really weird stuff or things that you don't want, right? So it's just being aware of this, tuning into that frequency, turning into that place. Okay, so I'm just going to grab another deck and we're going to ask for our guides and our angels to give us the messages that need to come forward for those of you watching here today. Those of you watching, you're here for a reason. You were drawn to this video because there's a message in here for you. Whatever information is coming out of me today is for you to embody, to just kind of think about and just look into and just be like, connect with and be like, how does this apply to me, right? How can clear thinking, clearing your aura, your third eye, connecting to your inner knowing, how could that apply to you? What do you need your third eye for right now? Right? What kind of decisions are you being faced with? What kind of problems are you sitting in that could use some clear insight, right? Clearing that and then connecting the cords between your head and your heart, your mind and your heart, aligning these two parts of you. And I would even go as far as to align your gut as well, because those are your three brains, right? You have your brain, and you have your heart brain, and you have your gut brain. When all three are in alignment, then everything in your life is going to flow. Of course, we are human. Shit happens. Things are going to fall apart. And that is just the way it goes. But that is the challenge, right? That is what keeps us on our toes. That's what keeps us going, are all these things that pop up. Okay. Birthing a new age. Interesting. Okay, so these two cards are the ones that came up. So this is the first one. We're birthing into a new age. And that's what I was really tuning into at the beginning when I first started this video. Is like, I know there's a new leaf coming, right? There's a new something. We're birthing into a new age of living, of being, of everything. Like our economic cycles, our political structures, everything is crumbling, and all of the things are coming forward for it to be changed, because we're birthing a new era. We're birthing a new age of existence into the age of Aquarius, right? So Harriet says, I can't even begin to say what's going wrong. Sorry, I can't read all of this here. Wrong for me lately, as everything has fallen apart and I'm really struggling to stay aligned in the moment. Well, what I can tell you about your world crumbling and everything falling apart for you is that it's designed to do that. But before we come into this life, before we come into this incarnation, we set up different catastrophes along the way, depending on how fast we come into our awakening. So the more you ignore the messages from your higher self, the bigger the messages or the implosions become, right? So there's something for you to tune into that for. There's a big learning, there's a big lesson, there's something for, it's crumbling down. If everything feels like it's a struggle, take a look at where you're at on your path. Take a look at how that part of your path that you're on right now, how does that make you feel? When you turn into what is going on around you, you turn into that tornado that you feel that you're being surrounded by. Tune into it and be like, okay, I know this feels really shitty. I know everything is falling apart, but just for a moment, I'm going to disconnect from my emotions and I'm just going to tune into what is actually being shown to me. Just tune into it with just curiosity. That's all it takes. And then journal. Journal. Write out whatever is coming to mind, whatever feelings are coming up, whatever thoughts that you're coming to. If you really want to get to the bottom of why everything feels like a struggle and why it doesn't feel aligned right now, tune into your body. It's only because you have ignored your body's signs is that they're getting louder and things are starting to... First, the signs start within your body. But if you ignore them, they go into your reality, into your external life so that you can see them, right? So it's just that you just haven't been wanting to tune into it, right? Maybe you've been kind of putting a blind eye to it almost because it's been hard, but it's only going to get harder. So what you need to do is turn that around and look at it through the eyes of love and compassion. Say, this is struggle. We're going to call it struggle for you, right, Harriet? Struggle. What are you trying to show me? Say, struggle, thank you so much for showing me that I can feel as a human being because I am alive. If I can feel this, I am alive. And this is showing me something. Thank you so much for showing me this. And whatever it is, please reveal yourself to me in my own time in a way that I can easily, clearly understand. Right? Turn into it. Love it. Personalize it. Put it in a ball. Say, this is my struggle, right? Whatever it is. You can have a big ball. You can have a little ball. Whatever it is, right? Look at the struggle. Make it a thing outside of you. Look at it and then shoot it with love and compassion because it's there to teach you something. That's the biggest thing, right? If I can give you anything, Harriet, that's it. Give it love. And then that'll take you more into the new age. The next one is mirror. That is the next card that came out, which is very ironic that you were just saying, Harriet, that you are having a struggle because that's what this is entailing, is that it's a mirror. It's a reflection from within you, right? Whatever is inside of you is going to be mirrored outside of you until you pay attention to it. And then it'll finally stop. I can guarantee you that. So whatever struggle you're seeing externally, look within you and say, okay, how is this being reflected from within me? What is it? The card says, who or what is triggering you? Tune into the trigger. Why is this such a struggle? Why did I label this as a struggle? Why is this so hard? What am I telling myself about this issue that it's making it so hard? Right? Tuning into the mirrors that are being reflected around you from within you. Because that's just it. Everything with your external reality is a reflection from within. So if you don't like what's going on outside of you, you got to look within you to find out what the struggle is, what you're avoiding. Biggest thing is the avoidance, the resistance, right? Because as soon as you start avoiding something, it gets bigger. It's like what we resist persists, right? It gets bigger and bigger until it's like right in your face and you have no choice but to deal with it. This is what's happening. Everything is work throughable. You can totally get there. And if you need help, I have coaching spots available. Just letting you know. Okay, so that is that part of the messages. So that's really interesting. So we're going into a new age. The new age is going to be reflected back into us until we clear out all of the junk that's in the way, right? So keep looking for what's out there that's bothering you, what's triggering you, what's causing you discomfort. Wonder why. What is it about this thing that's triggering me so much? That's the question you need to answer. What is it about this thing that's triggering me so much? A lot of times it's traced back to your childhood, to experiences that you created autopilot programming from when you were young, right? And that's something that I can work with you if you want to start with the awakening coaching. But that is a good place to start. Okay, so I'm getting into our animal deck. And I'm gonna ask for the animal totem for the week. What kind of animal messages are we gonna come from the energies this week? Oh, here we go. Ooh, I think we've had this one before. Okay, so the one that came out was the goat. The goat. Look at that. This third eye is very activated, which is very interesting because that is the theme of today, is third eye activations. Tuning into your third eye, front and back. So pineal gland in the back and right here in the front. You just visualize it. You can even clear the channel just by visualizing white light piercing through your front of the third eye and out the back, or vice versa, depending on which way your portal goes. Everyone's different, right? Okay, so anyway, I'm getting off track. The goat. The goat. It says act from innate wisdom. So goats themselves hold a very high frequency, very like shamanistic kind of, when you think of a goat, I don't know, for me it's like an old wise man, right? An old wise woman, wise man, whatever you want to call it. And there's innate wisdom withheld within those horns that they can channel. And we have to, this week, we are being guided and asked to tune into our horn, which is our third eye, right? Tuning into the wisdom that we hold within that. Okay. The guidance. So the guidance of the book says, when you choose this card, your guidance is to be free and independent within the nature of loving, caring family or community. So you can be in the family, you can be in a community, you can be in the circle of whatever it is that you have, but you can also be free from it too. You don't have to be trapped by it. If you feel misunderstood, remember that you carry in your aura light wisdom that is not always recognized. So that's the thing too, is your Akash is around you at all times. You can access your Akash, which is your library of lives that you've lived, right? All of the history that you've ever had. That is your wisdom. That is what you, and ironically, we just released this weekend the Akashic Records podcast with Emily Harrison. So if you haven't checked that out, definitely check out the Awakening Journey podcast episode that just got released this weekend. So if you want to check out more of that, you can learn more about that there. Okay, so it says, do any menial tasks that come your way graciously, for this is a part of life on earth. You are invited to look at all circumstances of your life and challenging situations from a higher perspective. This will bring you much peace and enable your innate qualities of love, loyalty, and caring to develop. When you can do this, your essential wisdom can shine through. You will be acknowledged by those around you. Recognize who you are, and many others will be drawn to your energy. So, tune in to the wisdom that you carry within the goat. That is the goat totem. You can just basically visualize yourself as a goat and imagine your horns carrying, like they're channeling the energy, the wisdom from the Akash into your body. And you can use this wisdom at any point in time, which is really cool. All right. So that is the reading for this week. I want to send you so much love and so much light, and thank you so much for being here. And I do want to let you guys know that I'm going to be moving the readings just to Monday afternoons. So instead of Sundays, I'll be doing it on Mondays, just so that I can free myself up more for my family time, which I've been kind of pulling myself out of, which I've been feeling guilty about, I'm not going to lie. So then I'm going to be moving it to Mondays just so that it'll be a little bit easier. So next week I will do it on Monday. All right. Thank you so much for being here, Harriet. You were very welcome. You take care. Mwah. Bye-bye.